was the result of exceptional U.S. government coordination and military response and helped save the lives of 2 severely wounded Americans. And here is the president.
Well, it is great to be in Georgia. Great to be in Decatur. You know, I can't imagine a more romantic way to spend Valentine's Day than with all of you, with all the press here. And actually, Michelle says hello. She made me promise to get back in time for our date tonight. That's important. That's important. I've already got a gift, got the flowers. I was telling folks the flowers are a little easier, though, because I got this rose garden. A lot of people, you know, keeping flowers around. I want to acknowledge a few people who are here. First of all, Congressman Hank Johnson is here. There's Hank. Your mayor, Jim Baskett, is here. Another mayor you may know, Kasim Reed, snuck in here. I want to acknowledge the Decatur School Board, who I had a chance to meet and has helped to do so much great work around here. So, folks right here. And, of course, I want to thank Mary for the wonderful introduction and for teaching me how to count earlier today. You know, I've got to tell you, it was wonderful to be there. I want to thank all the teachers and the parents and the administrators of Decatur City Schools, because behind every child who is doing great, there's a great teacher. And I'm proud of every single one of you for the work that you do here today. Now, on Tuesday, I delivered my State of the Union address, and I laid out a plan for reigniting what I believe is the true engine of America's economic growth. And that is a thriving, growing, rising middle class. And that also means ladders for people to get into the middle class. And the plan I put forward says we need to make smart choices as a country, both to grow our economy, shrink our deficits in a balanced way, by cutting what we don't need, but then investing in the things that we do need to make sure that everybody has a chance to get ahead in life. What we need is to make America a magnet for new jobs by investing in manufacturing and energy and better roads and bridges and schools. We've got to make sure hard work's rewarded with a wage that you can live on and raise a family on. We need to make sure that we've got shared responsibility for giving every American the chance to earn the skills and education that they need for a really competitive global job market. As I said on Tuesday night, that education has to start at the earliest possible age, and that's what you have realized here in Decatur. Study after study shows that the earlier a child begins learning, the better he or she does down the road. But here's the thing, we are not doing enough to give all of our kids that chance. The kids we saw today that I had a chance to spend time with in Mary's classroom, they're some of the lucky ones. Because fewer than 3 in 10 4-year-olds are enrolled in a high-quality preschool program. Most middle-class parents can't afford a few $100 a week for private preschool. And for the poor children who need it the most, the lack of access to a great preschool education can have an impact on their entire lives. And we all pay a price for that. And as I said, this is not speculation. Study after study shows the achievement gap starts off very young. Kids who, when they go into kindergarten, their first day, if they already have a lot fewer vocabulary words, they don't know their numbers and their shapes and have the capacity for focus, they're going to be behind that first day. And it's very hard for them to catch up over time. And then at a certain point, I'll bet a lot of teachers have seen this, kids aren't stupid. When they know they're behind at a certain point, and then they start pulling back. And they act like they're disinterested in school because they're frustrated that they're not doing as well as they should, and then you may lose them. And that's why on Tuesday night, I proposed working with states like Georgia to make high-quality preschool available to every child in America. Every child. Every dollar we invest in high-quality early education can save more than $7 later on. Boosting graduation rates, reducing teen pregnancy, reducing violent crime. In states like Georgia that have made it a priority to educate our youngest children, states like Oklahoma, students don't just show up in kindergarten, first grade more prepared to learn, they're also more likely to grow up reading and doing math at grade level, graduating from high school, holding a job, even forming more stable families. Hope is found in what works. This works. We know it works. If you're looking for a good bang for your educational buck, this is it, right here. That's why even in times of tight budgets, states like Georgia and Oklahoma have worked to make a preschool slot available for nearly every parent who's looking for one for their child. And they're being staffed with folks like Mary, qualified, highly educated teachers. This is not babysitting. All right? This is teaching. So at the age that our children are just sponges, soaking stuff in. Their minds are growing fastest. What we saw in the classroom here today was kids are taught numbers, they're taught shapes, but also how to answer questions, discover patterns, play well with others. And the teachers who are in the classroom, they've got a coach who's coming in and working with them on best practices and paying attention to how they can constantly improve what they're doing. And that whole playing well with others, by the way, is a trait we could use more in Washington. Maybe we need to bring the teachers up. Every once in a while, have some quiet time. Time out. So at the College Heights Early Childhood Learning Center that I visited earlier today, nearly 200 little kids are spending full days learning in classrooms with highly qualified teachers. And so I was working with them to build towers and replicate sculptures and sing songs. And look, I got to admit, I was not always the fastest guy on some of this stuff. The kids were beating me to the punch.